So again, this is our advanced training for today, streaming services for you. It's been quite a while since we've actually done this session. So for the newcomers, I hope you enjoy this. But for our not so new but still precious comers, we'll have something new to learn, questions, and of course, there's some new content in here as well. So I hope you guys enjoy. And again, thank you all for getting on to today's advanced session. Be sure to check out Friday's advanced session, 10 o'clock. And that's when we'll be starting our preparation for our December event, as you have seen in your emails. Okay, so there'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you check out Friday, 10 a.m. for that special advanced session. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute everyone before we get started so we're all able to hear. And again, I appreciate your participation today. All right, so again, today we are covering streaming services for you. So just one additional feature of your iPad is the great quality and the vast amount of content that's available to you to watch just straight from your iPad, okay? I'm going to go ahead and read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. We should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you can hear me or see the screen, please put it in the chat. I will be able to see it and adjust as necessary. So I would really appreciate that. To keep meetings organized and avoid talking over each other, we're going to use our good old raise hand feature, which we talk about pretty much every day or utilize it Monday through Friday. So, if you have a question or if you just want to get our attention, you can raise your hand by tapping on more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand. So simple. I want everyone in Zoom that is on our advanced session. As I say, you guys are the creme de la creme, and I hope that you're on and ready to learn and, participate if you like. You think you can do that. If you have a question or again, you want to get my attention by raising your hand. So I want everyone to raise their hand in Zoom. That's how I know you're here, that you're present, that you're able to have the independence and confidence and capability of getting your questions answered. So that way, it can be such a, more fulfilling and, useful experience. We get, so much time, right? So you got to make the best of it. So please, if you're in Zoom and you can hear me, see the screen, see the instructions, I want you to raise your hand in Zoom. You tap on more at the top right, and then raise hand. So again, I love everyone in Zoom to raise their hand. We have 29 folks on the call today. Thank you all for getting on though, for being on time and present. But I love all of, at least half of you all to raise their hand. Only asking for 15 hands. We got 10, good job, thank you. Your efforts and participation is not unnoticed. Thank you. 2 more, got 3 more, thank you. 4 more. Every time the number goes up, makes me happy. Can I get 1 more hand? So we can at least get to 15. Just 1 more hand, tap on more, and then raise hand. Oh no, somebody lowered their hand. Well, we're going to be doing that in a second. But please, if you have a question or a comment, or if you just want to get our attention, please feel free and have the confidence to raise your hand in Zoom, okay? Thank you, 15. Appreciate that. Again, your efforts are not unnoticed. I love everyone to lower their hand in Zoom. Again, you just hit lower at the bottom. It's very simple. You can hit lower at the bottom if you want to. You can then hit more and then lower hand if you need to, but that's 1 additional tap. So I would just hit lower at the bottom. So we still got 3 hands up. So make sure you guys lower your hands, please. Thank you so much. We also want to be able to use the chat, okay? If you want to communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to, say hello, ask a question, congratulate or encourage others or comment. You can put images or even, in the chat or use emojis and be really expressive. So you can use the chat by tapping more, just like with the raise hand feature, but instead you tap on chat, okay? When you tap on chat, you'll see this window where then it will say tap here to chat. You tap in that area, type in your message, and send it using the blue button, the blue triangle on the right-hand side, okay? So I want everyone in Zoom to send a chat. Again, it could be a hello, get encouragement, a quote, a prayer, resources, and information. A simple emoji as Miss Mary just did. So cute. Yes, yes. We will have a great Thanksgiving next Thursday. Oh my goodness. Can you believe Thanksgiving is next Thursday, you guys? Can't believe it. But I was able to hop on a little earlier and I heard about the Thanksgiving and the day before. So I had something in mind as well for that, because we will probably be finishing our book this week. So next week we can make it a Thanksgiving themed for our Wednesday 12 o'clock lunch club. Okay, so I'll come up with something for that. So thank you for the suggestion. I know I'll be cooking. I got my fixings already ready to go. Maybe not a full-on turkey, maybe like turkey wings or something. But I can't wait for Thanksgiving myself. Get to spend time with people that love and be with. So I love having that time. But just make sure you all use the chat. Just again, send a hello or a good morning, like many of you have, and resources and information. Emails and phone numbers. Put it in the chat anytime you want to share something. Maybe there's already another conversation going on. You can put it in the chat, right? Maybe you're not in the best place to unmute yourself, right? So utilize the chat. You can type in your message. So again, more chat, tap there to chat. If you have a question, put it in the chat. I may be able to just answer it saying, hey, I noticed a question in the chat. I can then answer it right then and there if it pertains to what we're talking about, right? So make sure you guys utilize the chat, not just when we go over it, but in every Zoom, okay? And it just makes, a more multifaceted experience where you get the text, the audio, and the visual as well. So there's many ways to learn and participate. So thanks for all your wonderful chats. I know they make my day, so I hope it makes your days as well, seeing all of our peers come together. Yes, we will have a great day, as Miss Shirley said. Okay, so make sure you utilize the chat during today's, but any session, okay? Today we're going to be going over what are streaming services, just some fun facts and a little bit of an overview of what they are and, a little bit of history. The 3 apps we'll be covering today, but we'll be mentioning or showing many more is PBS Kids Video, Tubi, and Pluto TV. We'll be going over how to navigate each of these apps and have a discussion and our interactive portion on how we talk about how these apps can improve our daily lives. Hope you guys download them and utilize them and have questions. I also have questions for you guys to answer, so that way we can learn from each other. That's how we get the most out of our time together. Okay, but again, thanks for you all getting on and participating in our housekeeping portion. So again, what are streaming services? These are so popular, in the past 20 years. Relatively new thing. A streaming service is an online provider of entertainment of TV shows and movies and documentaries and all kinds of different other media. that delivers content via an internet connection to the subscriber's device. So yes, you need internet to stream, right? So again, you guys have 5G data provided to you by Dapple. So you can then utilize your iPad, pretty much anywhere you want that you have reception. But you guys may also be utilizing Wi-Fi as well. So, either way, you have access to the internet. So that way you can access, the streaming services and all the other services available on your iPad. Without internet on any device, you're very limited on what you're able to do. So some examples of some paid streaming services include Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. You guys may see all the commercials on TV for those, or you may utilize them. I know I utilize Netflix, but I have experience with Hulu and Disney Plus as well. So definitely very popular. So in the chat, if you've used any of them, please share that in the chat. And I'd love to see it. Some examples of free streaming services include Canopy, that we've gone over extensively with DCPL, Tubi, and Pluto TV, which we'll be covering today, are popular examples of free streaming services. So there are free streaming services that don't require, most, usually a monthly or a yearly fee. And the top, it's up to you on what you like to take advantage of. Okay, because some shows are exclusive to certain streaming services. So if you really want to catch a show, that's some services are the only ones to take advantage of or have in their library those certain shows. Okay, yeah. Walt Mossberg, a tech journalist, said that streaming TV shows, movies, and other types of video over the internet to all manner of devices, once a fringe habit, is now a squarely mainstream practice. Even people still paying for cable or satellite service often also have Netflix or Hulu accounts. And that's very, very true. I've been, all over DC and other areas where I see that where folks have their Netflix and their Hulu and their Disney Plus and all these other services, but they still have cable, right? Because of how I guess important to the shows that they have in those libraries or the different services or maybe the deals they're getting on those services. So people are willing to pay additional money for certain access to shows because it's 24/7, right? So you can access it. So it's a great thing to come out of tech nowadays. So does anyone just want to comment on this quote, what it makes them think of, or how they want to respond to it? You can raise your hand if you want to respond, or you can respond in the chat. What does this quote make you feel, or what do you think of it? Mr. Mary said, it's a lot of stuff to use on the internet and TV shows. Oh, yes. Lots of things to utilize. Too many to name, though. Right, I can't even name all myself. Well, that I've used. I think that I use frequently, again, is Netflix, Paramount Plus, YouTube, things of that nature. So I see all of your uses as well. Thank you for raising your hand, Ms. Brenda. Can you comment on what this quote makes you feel of or feel like?
Yeah, well, I use the streaming services. I've stopped using cable maybe a couple of years ago because it was very expensive. And with the streaming, well, I don't pay for that either, but we won't get into that part. But it's much cheaper than having cable. Cable is outrageous now. So I have the streaming and it's on my smart TV and I can look at whatever I want to look at. So I really like the streaming aspect of it. I was kind of apprehensive about it at first because I had I forgot which cable company. And it was very expensive. And then I told him I don't want it anymore. And all of a sudden it got cut off, and I was devastated until my streaming kicked in.
Oh,
So the streaming, it worked just fine. I really enjoy it.
oh, that's so good, and I'm sad that you had that experience because cable even I think streaming services are just an alternative. It could be an additional thing, but
Yeah,
it's an alternative. I
yeah.
myself I don't have a TV. I use my iPad to stream all the time. So without streaming services, I wouldn't have that entertainment.
Hmm.
And especially if I was a movie buff, I'm more of a TV buff, but
Yeah,
I'd still be sad. So cable has the live stuff and the most up and coming. That's where the shows come out, all that good stuff.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you want to see it right then and there, but nowadays most of the time it's streamed somewhere. So I love Shark
yeah.
Tank myself, and I don't have TV, so unless I'm with my friends, I can't watch the premiere, but I know it's on some streaming service, so
Right.
I'm able to watch it if I want to through getting that subscription. And most of the time there comes with a trial for it, so you can see what it's like for a few, and
Yeah.
then decide if you want it or not. So I like that as well.
And you know what? And it can be very expensive, depending on how many streaming services you have. I mean, because it could add up. If you have quite a
Yes,
few of them.
but versus cable, right?
Right.
I'm just in ballpark, not $100, but streaming services. It depends on what you like. We'll go into this in a bit, but Netflix, the most basic plan, $7, $8, $9, $10, right? So if
Yeah.
if you have five of those about services, I would say about $75 or so a month,
Hmm.
and that's I know a lot of people that would love a $75 cable bill.
Yeah. That'd
So,
be
you got to think about it
fantastic.
in that way because, if you want entertainment, but, it's much easier to cancel a streaming service than, having to take the cable stuff back. That maintenance, right? I think streaming is just,
Yeah.
you have the device anyway to make calls or do work or play games and stuff. So it's, I think, it just makes it more pleasant and more user empowered experience because you're
Right.
signing up and doing other stuff, right?
Yeah. 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 I had to
But,
take all that equipment back. That was, oh,
yeah,
that was a
that
lot.
could be a pain, and especially for folks that aren't able to get out or how to ask for help. So just having to
Hmm.
delete an app is much easier than having to delete the physical
Yeah.
objects, right? So for
Much.
some, it may be much more better for them to utilize streaming than the TV and that stuff.
Hmm.
Depend on the situation. So for me, in my situation, I love my streaming services because
No,
that's
me too.
what I can
Me
only
too, Alex.
utilize. But
Me
yeah, it's
too.
just it's taken over the internet. But it's good that people are able to have their entertainment just at the tip
Hmm.
of their fingers, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Brenda. Hope you're
Sure.
enjoying it so far.
Yes.
Next up, we're just gonna watch a video on just a little bit of the history and just the more information. If you need to grab something to eat or drink or use the restroom, please do so. But just this is the video of the invention that made video streaming possible. How we're able to do it. So it's just the more that you know.
The year was 1998. US President Bill Clinton was 1 year into his second term when the scandal that would overshadow his presidency broke. He was set to stand before a grand jury and testify, and the nation was set to watch. Some on their huge cathode ray tube computers, with a little help from the World Wide Web. A few months later, on February 5th, 1999, the Victoria's Secret fashion show took the same approach, deciding this would be the very first year they would broadcast the show over the web.
Wow.
It accrued 1.5 million viewers. The rush to online video began. Webcasted events exploded in popularity. Consumers were hungry for internet video.
Oh my
There was
goodness.
just one
It was
problem.
that computer for
Streaming
me.
video in the late 1990s was an excruciating experience.
Think about trying to watch a video where you're getting maybe one frame every 2 or 3 seconds,
Oh,
and it's the size
goodness.
of a postage stamp. No joke. I mean, that's how small the window was, and it didn't work very well. Too many people tuned in. There wasn't enough infrastructure capacity in place at the time.
Streaming couldn't be a mainstream tool until these major quality hurdles could be overcome. And that wouldn't be possible until the groundbreaking introduction of the CDN. This is the Lightbulb Moment, a Cheddar and Curiosity Stream original series. Though we like to think of the internet as a nebulous cloud floating above, it's much more physical than we give it credit for. And in the early days, the physical limits of the internet were inescapable. If too many people visited a website at the same time, congestion would overwhelm the servers. Then there was the issue of geography. The internet is a network of networks. If you're trying to retrieve packets of information, like a web page, and its servers are located geographically far away from you, your computer has to send out a request that travels through different layers of the interconnected chain to retrieve that web page. Once that request is received, the server can approve the request and start sending individual packets back through the chain. These packets have to travel the same long distance from the server back to your computer. Though it's not always the defining factor, generally speaking, the farther away a server is, the longer it takes to retrieve the packets that make up a web page, which for a consumer means longer loading times. This worked okay for static web pages, but for any large file, it was going to be a problem. And video required some heavy lifting. In 1995, streaming video was a dream at best. The internet just wasn't built for it.
Nope.
Back then,
It wasn't there
object
for it.
sizes on the internet were very, 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 very small. There was no video, there was no software downloads, there was no Call of Duty patches that are gigantic. It was all JPEGs, it was GIFs. Maybe it was JavaScript or it was some HTML code. It was very, very small.
I remember it.
Video, by comparison, is massive. A short video clip could be 1,000 times the size of a photo or more. Because of this,
Yeah. A small, picture, it's only 1 and some change megabytes, but a video, you see the difference right then and there. Right?
streaming video struggled to become mainstream in the 90s. At the time, the best way to transfer video was to host the file on a server and have the recipient spend a substantial amount of time downloading it. It worked, but it was a far cry from
Look at that
high-quality
mouse.
streaming video. For the quality of streaming to improve, videos needed to start up faster and be more reliable. And computer engineers were up to the challenge. They created a solution that would be called a Content Delivery Network, or CDN for short, and it revolutionized the internet. MIT applied mathematics professor and algorithmic expert Dr. Tom Layton was sitting down the hall from Tim Berners-Lee, the man who many refer to as the father of the World Wide Web. Berners-Lee
And there
posed
we
a
go.
problem to the wider MIT community. Because of the way the web was built, congestion was bound to become an issue that held people back from speedy web browsing. Dr. Layton felt he could solve this congestion with math, using algorithms to intelligently duplicate and route content. He and a few colleagues got to thinking, if geographical distance was the problem, just get rid of the distance. Replicate the content and bring that content closer to people. This lessens the number of hops that computers would have to make to retrieve information, and reduces the likelihood that any one server would get overwhelmed. Layton called his company Akamai, and it's still one of the largest CDN companies in the world today. But CDNs are just part of the puzzle. They
Look at
help
those
get the
servers,
content
oh my
physically
goodness.
closer to you, which helps it load speedily. But making that content look good is a whole separate issue. The secret ingredients for getting high-resolution streaming video are bitrate and compression. Bitrate, essentially, is just a measure of how much of a file you can transfer in real time, usually measured per second. Larger files are generally higher quality, but streaming large files takes more bandwidth. In video, bitrate is everything.
When we were on dial-up, there was just a limit to the amount of what we call bits that you could actually push through the wire to the consumer. It was literally a physical restraint.
And in the early days, bitrate was low, very low, mostly due to physical constraints. But even with those
look at all
limits,
them cables,
internet
have
video
mercy.
exploded in the early 2000s. And no platform took off faster than YouTube.
Yep, good old YouTube.
Oh my god. Cheers.
Founded in 2005, YouTube democratized video making. Its platform was reliable for the time, but it wasn't without its faults. If you were on YouTube in those early years, you'll probably remember that watching a video went a lot like this.
Alright, so here we are, one of the
It just keeps buffering every second. Sometimes it just stops.
Buffering was the absolute worst part of YouTube or any other streaming video platform in those early days. And with that realization,
That was
came
the
a
first
simple
video
but
ever
game-changing
uploaded to
solution.
YouTube. Me at the
When
zoo.
adaptive bitrate came around, which is also something we call variable bitrate, content owners started encoding the video in 300K, 500K, 1 meg. So the point was, if you're watching it at 500K and your bandwidth degraded, instead of the video stopping at 500K, it would just reduce the bitrate to 300K but keep playing.
Or in
Basically
simpler
lower
terms,
quality.
when you're watching a YouTube video in high definition and your connection weakens, the player will automatically drop you down to a lower resolution to make sure that the video keeps playing.
The adaptive bitrate really improved the customer experience because the moment we could get rid of, as an industry, the rebuffering, what happened? Consumers watched more content.
But having a solid bitrate is only one part of the two-part secret sauce for improving the visual quality of internet video. The other part is compression and decompression, referred to as codecs.
Codecs.
There are two main
I
ways to
know,
do
right, Miss
compression,
Mary?
lossy and lossless. Lossy compression reduces the file size with an obvious reduction in quality. Lossless compression reduces the file size without losing any quality. Lossless compression is the kind that video distributors like because it makes for a better user experience.
You may
It
see
relies
that
on
when you buy a
redundancies in
TV.
each frame to figure
It
out
says
where it can
lossless.
remove information.
So keep that in
So,
mind.
for example, in this shot from Avengers Endgame, the background doesn't change much, but Tony Stark moves around a lot. Instead of redrawing a new pixel for each frame each time, good compression allows for the pixels in the background that aren't changing much to be remembered and reused for the following frames. Only the portions of the frame where lots of movement occur, like Tony's face and arm, are redrawn with each frame. This results in a high-quality video at a smaller file size. For internet video to be
Yeah,
as
because basically not every pixel was important, right? Only the parts that were moving, again, like his face and the arm, was the most important to be high quality, right? So the background, you know, it didn't need to be redrawn, just made at a lower quality. So
efficient
more
and
you know.
high quality as possible, all of these technologies have to work together. Here's how they do it. Let's say Netflix is preparing to release the newest season of Stranger Things. After it's edited and ready to be uploaded to the Netflix server, it has to be compressed.
They have an entire team over there that just looks at how do we encode video frame by frame, whether it's based on lighting, whether it's based on colors, all these different variables.
They compress that file into the smallest form it can be, while retaining the highest quality it can. They also encode it at lower bit rates, aka lesser quality, to give a few possible options in case your internet connection doesn't allow for the highest resolution, giving consumers flexibility to take advantage of adaptive bitrate. These files are also encoded into different formats that are specialized for every device the content could be played on. All of these files are then uploaded to Netflix's network. Seeing as Stranger Things is one of the most watched shows on the platform, they expect people to watch it as soon as it launches. In preparation for this, they ensure that a copy of the files for each episode is replicated across all the CDN servers they have strategically located across the globe. These servers act as a local hub for where the file will be stored for whenever a nearby consumer wants to retrieve it.
I think that
The
answered your
content
question,
is saved
Mr.
on
Harold.
multiple edge
But I put
servers, so
something in
that
the
when a
chat.
multitude of people try to access it, each individual can access the server that's geographically closest to them, resulting in the least amount of lag between when you click the play button and when the content actually starts playing. All of these technologies come together to deliver an experience that works almost like magic. As we progress towards a future where video games, and potentially VR will dominate the internet
Yeah,
landscape,
virtual reality.
it's clear that the next frontier for streaming will require a lot of new infrastructure and ingenuity. Fortifying access to reliable broadband internet will be paramount. Making these services affordable will be another challenge. But once we overcome these obstacles, streaming's full potential could be realized, a technology that will define our future. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so just again, some more background knowledge and information on how and why streaming is possible through all of those different technological inventions and new things in science. So just the more you know, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Before I'm gonna go back here really quick. I have this link right here, this website that I found, consumerreports.org. I'll also put in the chat, but these are just some additional streaming services and some information about them. This was just updated 2 months ago, or less than 2 months ago. So I also put it in the chat. You can tap on it and open it in your Safari app and read it for later. But this is just a quick guide on some of the, streaming services that are available. So, and their information. So Prime Video, $14 a month. Disney Plus, $8 a month with ads, $14 a month without. And you can read about them. Disney Plus, $8 per month with ads, or 80 bucks per year, $15 per month without ads. Let me try to find, they also have a free one. If you go down here or keep going, there's also some free ones that they talk about. But these are all the different options available. These are some free ones right here, free streaming services. I've heard us talk about Crackle before. Please utilize Canopy. Peacock is there. We're going to talk about Pluto TV. All these options. So I also put that link in the chat. So make sure you guys check it out. But this is from consumerreports.org. So I thought it was an interesting article. Okay. So some fun facts before we get into our apps. The streaming industry is expected to be worth $330 billion by 2030. 85% of households have at least one video streaming service, if you can believe it. Netflix has roughly 230 million subscribers. YouTube has about 2 billion monthly active users. Disney Plus had 5 of the 10 of the most popular movies in 2022. So last year, Encanto, Turning Red, Moana, if you heard of any of those Disney Plus movies, etc. And over 100 billion hours of videos are watched every day. So 100 billion hours of video every day online. Pretty crazy to think about. So, streaming is pretty much here to stay. So make sure you utilize it while you can, and take advantage of what's available now, because there is a lot available. So again, today we'll be covering PBS Kids Video, Tubi, and Pluto TV. Okay, so just some well-rounded, free, of course. I want to focus on the free of, so that way everyone's able to take advantage of it. But really easy to navigate once you get it. Okay. So first is PBS Kids Video. The app is on the left-hand side. You can stream and download fun episodes. So, with this app, you can stream and watch and download free videos that are child safe. You and your grandkids, or, friends that with kids or grandkids, will play, learn, and grow watching shows that will spark your imagination and curiosity. So, around the holidays, families tend to be more together. So why not make it an educational but fun experience with, a beloved, TV channel, from our, my day, but, maybe yours as well. Or, you know about it because it's so popular, right? So please make sure you take advantage of it and share this app with others. Some awards that they received are the 2022 Webby winner and People's Voice winner. And it was the Parents' Choice recommended mobile app. So it's a very popular app among parents and kids. This is what your home screen will look like, very easy to navigate. Even, that grandkid or kid will be able to learn how to navigate because it's real easy. First is the settings option. So you see the gear icon, settings / grown-ups buttons. You can change the captions and audio. You can view additional apps and information regarding how you watch. The second portion is the live TV. And the second button here at the top right, you see the live TV option. You can view the PBS channel based on your local TV channel and TV schedule. Because it depends on where you're at. Each state has their own channel, so make sure you utilize that. Last but not least is the 4 squares option. You see these 4 squares right here on the right hand side. When you tap on that, you can browse full episodes and short clips of the different shows available on the right. So you see their main character, so you'll know what show it is. So make sure utilize that, or let your grandkids or kids look through it and see what shows that they like. So without further ado, let's go into the app. So we're going to go to the App Store as always, so you guys can follow along as well. So we're going to go to the App Store because that's where we download apps, right? We're going to hit search, and then you're going to type in the search bar at the top, PBS Kids Video, and you'll see the option pop up right here. You can continue to type or just tap on it, and you'll see it says PBS Kids Video right here at the top right. And of course, every app, you should look at the ratings and the reviews, the information here as well. So that way you can make the decision. But it's PBS Kids, so we know what PBS is. So you can hit get and download it, install, put in your password or your Touch ID if you need to. So that way you can utilize the app. Okay, so it's simple as going to the App Store. So we're going to open the PBS Kids app. And it's very simple. Once
that long car ride could be a lot more fun with PBS Kids.
So, they show you, it's barely an advertisement because there's not really any ads. This is a kids focused app, but just more information.
Ooh, pink, amazing!
So you see that it's really easy, the quality is great.
Listen to your favorite podcasts free on the PBS Kids Video app.
Yeah, it's literally live TV. So, there's a play button, a pause button, real simple to navigate. And then you have the options here at the bottom. So the bottom left is the settings. I can turn off the captions or I can turn it on. The audio, not sure what English AD means, but English or Spanish, they have those options as well. The grown-ups option, you can see what's playing. Sometimes these prompts will come up if you want to rate it. Sure, I'll give it 5 stars. I want to support PBS. You can write a review if you want, but I'll hit OK and maybe do that later. But look, you'll see what episode it is, what TV show it is. Look, some different PBS Kids apps. So apps for certain shows, fun kid activities, and they're all free. Your station, look, Media PBS. I can change it by hitting the settings. I can find by zip code or find by location. So I can type in my zip code or any, there you go, WIDA or the MPT station or the WHUT, so that we're in, I'll choose that one. Cellular downloads, closed captioning. You can turn it on if you want, right there. So it's really easy to navigate. You can turn on closed captioning. You can cast it. You see these the buttons here at the bottom. You can cast it. So if I hit the square icon with the Wi-Fi symbol in it, I can, if I had a smart TV, I can connect to it like that. Real simple. And then I can also AirPlay it. So if I wanted to, yeah, same idea. So the cast and the AirPlay options are here at the bottom. If I hit the live TV option at the top right,
You're watching PBS Kids in 3, 2,
that's live
1.
TV. So literally what's being shown on TV is right here on this app.
If you give it some time. If you're trying different food or you're doing something new, you might not want to do it right away.
Yeah.
If you wait a little while,
So you can see the live TV. I didn't see the pause option right there. I don't use this every day. But definitely if I want to see it,
That long car
option. But yeah, you'll see what's on live TV by hitting the live TV option. Again, these 4 squares right here, you can expand it or minimize it. But look, if I tap on this show, it's called Rosie's Rules. You see there are full episodes of the shows, or those certain episodes, and some of them are clips. Again, if I swipe down, one show I watched as a kid was Arthur. They just ended it like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So look, full episodes of those shows and clips. There's look, even a movie. There's a whole movie right here, all free, and these are clips as well. Word Girl, I remember watching that as a kid. Look, even Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Who wouldn't like that? So you see there's an expansive library here of all different shows that you can watch, anyone you like, and you know, have fun.
more fun with PBS.
Let's see, what does the arrow do? I can just basically rewind or forward the show. But this is essentially the app right here. It's it's very simple.
You're watching PBS Kids.
Even your
3,
kid could
2,
be able to do it. You can see the schedule.
It's you.
So if I hit what's on, you saw I was able to
It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood, so much to do.
see the schedule of what's on for the day. So again, that is the PBS Kids app. Mr. Harold. Not sure when you said demonstrate WIDA live, but I hope that demonstrated that for you. Teresa, when you clicked on the link, make sure there's probably like a 3 dots option to save it or to copy the link. But if you hold the actual message in Zoom, like if I go to Zoom really quick and I hit more, go to my chat, and you see I shared it, right? If I hold it, you can then hit copy, okay? And that way you can copy it to like notes or something. And hit paste, so that way you can copy it for later, okay? So I would do that. Thanks for letting me know. So you can hold the link or basically hold any chat in Zoom and you can copy it for later, okay? So make sure you do that so you can read it for later. Our next app for today is Tubi. Watch movies and TV shows. Tubi is one of the largest free streaming services featuring award-winning movies and TV series from studios like Paramount, Lionsgate, MGM, and more. There is something for everybody. With the app, it includes new videos are added every week, local live news channels, sports networks, and live entertainment. And again, just like with PBS Kids video, you can cast it to your smart TV as well. So same thing, we're gonna go ahead and go to the App Store on your iPad, hit that search right here at the bottom right, and type in Tubi. Very simple app to type in. So right here at the top right, Tubi, movies and live TV. And then you can get, and then it looks like I need to update mine actually. Very simple update. But you can get it, install it, download it, and utilize it, okay? This is free streaming service with, look some of the events that are there. You can watch Gotham, Xmas, or Christmas Comes Early with Die Hard, get cozy and watch Beetlejuice, watch The Engagement Dress. New stuff is being added, and you can see it's rated 4.8 out of 5 with over 500,000 ratings. So make sure utilize it. I love Tubi. When you open the app and get through, the prompts and such, this will be your home screen. At the bottom is that navigation bar that you're going to use. The home section, you can view recommended shows by category. You can swipe up and look at all those shows. With Explore, you can search shows, movies by name, category, and network. There is a live TV portion, which I think is pretty neat. You can view what live TV is available. And once you create an account, you can save all of your favorites. You can continue watching certain shows. Without an account, you can't continue watching a show, for example. You have to start it from the beginning. So I recommend you create a Tubi account, and it'll make it lots of fun. So let's go ahead and open the Tubi app. This is what it will look like when you open it. And again, this is your home screen. So look, even at the top, you can view by TV shows, by movies, like what's for live TV, kids, what's available in kids, what's available in Spanish. Okay, so even in Spanish, you can see. Oh, I have to continue. I have to enter my year of birth. And yeah, all TV shows, home. Again, you have to have a Tubi account to be able to continue watching. But well, we can do that in a second. It's very easy. So look, all these different options, just free. Let's say I wanted to watch the episode of Everybody Hates Chris. I would just hit the play button and play it. All of this stuff, only free on Tubi. And they have all the different sections and categories here available for you to see. So let me make an account. Make Tubi yours for free. Register, sign in to save all of your favorites, pick up where you left off, and set your preferences. So I would recommend you create an account with your Apple ID. So I'm going to hit continue with Apple. And I'm going to use, well, in my case, I have Touch ID set up. And again, I got to put in my age and gender, real easy. Male, continue. And there you go. I just created an account right then and there. Like, start using your list to keep track of what you want to watch. So I can create a watch list of things that I may want to watch. Let's see. Let's see, I'll just do the ones that I like. I've seen Major Payne, I like Midsummer Murders, I like Tom and Jerry. Let's see. Flintstones. You guys are seeing what I like. Let's see, you see there's all different types of shows that I watch. Well, I'll choose those for now, start watching. Yeah, that's the home section. Okay. The Explore section here at the bottom. Again, look, you can organize or choose networks that you want. Maybe you like Fox shows, maybe you like, let's see, A&E or Docurama. I think that one's pretty cool. You can view the collections. like Canceled Too Soon or Black Cinema, Good Eats. Look, I can look at MasterChef or, oh, I love MasterChef, Hell's Kitchen, Cake Boss. Let's see, Spinning Plates, that looks cool. But it's really, you can pretty much search for anything by hitting explore. Live TV, you can literally view live TV. Look at all these different options. I can watch Hell's Kitchen if I want
Control
to.
on the risottos.
It's the same fucking table, different. No.
Please excuse the language. Masked Singer.
Welcome.
Cake Wars.
One. Hands off your cakes.
Look, you can watch Dr. G.
A lot of people out of
Dateline. And you can even adjust
aren't the
it.
only monkeys that love these fig trees.
Rachel Ray's.
And our couple of starchy potatoes go
All those options. And that's live TV, right? So again, all those different channels. Like if I scroll really quick,
Okay,
look at these
as I
options.
said, about 6 cups of
News,
chicken stock and about 2
entertainment.
cups.
All of that. So there's something for everybody, I feel like, on Tubi. My stuff, you can look at all of your things, like any notifications, right, about any new shows. My list, like I can even add more to that list, anything that I liked. But yes, and if you want to watch a show or from the home section, you can tap on it. Like, let's say I watch some Scooby-Doo. I can like it. I can add it to my list if I want to. I can search for a specific episode or a season that I want to watch. And of course, there's information as well. So yeah, that is the Tubi TV app. Last but not least, what we'll be going over today is the Pluto TV app. There are 250 plus TV channels. This app allows you to choose from their library of thousands of on-demand movies and TV shows, or from their 27 exclusive movie channels. They also offer over 50 channels in Spanish. Some features include full seasons of your favorite shows, chilling true crime and drama series, and there's a live sports section, classic games, news, and analysis. So there is a lot to offer as well with Pluto TV. We're gonna go to the App Store, type in Pluto TV, and it's right here again at the top right. Again, very popular. Like this one, I have to update it myself. And hit update. But again, over 1 million ratings, 4.8 stars. Stream now, pay never. It's just a free streaming app. Hey, nothing wrong with that. So when you're in the Pluto TV app, this is what your home screen basically will look like. It's really just live TV. There is the on-demand portion. You see at the bottom, there's the live TV section, there's the on-demand section and the search. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the live TV section. You can watch live TV channels by category. There's the on-demand section. You can browse your featured TV shows and movies, and you can search for your movies and channels and shows and movies. So live TV, on-demand search. Very simple to navigate. Really quick with the Tubi app, if you notice, there's the cast button here at the top right, bottom right as well. If you notice, at the bottom right, there's the cast option. And look, you can cast it to your device. Again, any AirPlay or any Bluetooth devices, so your smart TVs. You can add them and cast straight from your iPad to your smart TV. Okay, so in Pluto TV, again, this is what
From Der Fledermaus, I believe.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel, actually.
all
$1,100.
these different options.
Yeah, we're on the board.
News,
We're just
sports,
getting started here. We got
Good.
lots of money to give away, and we'll continue that effort
Good.
when we come back.
Buster's ended up in the muddy puddle.
all these different options. You see this?
And now he's stuck.
It's great.
Poor Buster. How will he get out?
Buster, you are stuck in a dead-end
look at all these
relationship
different
with
options. Game
Roger.
shows,
Well
reality.
done.
No, it is not a dead-end relationship.
You can even
okay?
see the
It's-
timeline.
It would be like a cul-de-sac. You know, we go around in circles sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Heather,
You
you've
can
been with Roger
like
for
it or
like,
heart it for later.
5 years.
You can hit I and view the information.
6 years.
You can share it.
And he's never
Look, you
even
can share
proposed.
this channel.
And he
with
doesn't
someone,
treat
like
you
through
right. I
mail,
mean, most
through
of the time he's not
iMessage,
even
etc.
listening to a
I
word
think
you're
that's so
saying.
interesting.
Okay, unfair. He works and he's distracted. I
Yeah, you
know
can
that
cast
about
it by
him.
hitting the
He's
cast button here at
disconnected.
the top right.
So why do you stay with
This is your
him?
profile. If you want to sign up and
Because I
get
love
across your
him.
devices.
I wouldn't call it love. I'd call it settling.
Yeah, I can't turn on. It's literally live TV. It's like literally a TV on your iPad. If so it's, I know it may be difficult for you guys to hear me, but here's the on-demand option. You can view all the different on-demand options here just by swiping on the left. You can view different shows on demand.
Hello?
Let's say I wanted to watch Wheel of Fortune.
Anyone home?
I can watch season 1, 2, 3.
Nick!
Look at that. No thanks. Oh my goodness. It's like season 2 of Wheel of Fortune. Like, isn't that such a fun throwback? I know you guys aren't able to see that right now because of the the app privileges. But yes, you can use on demand and watch pretty much any show that's on there, right? Then let's see. Yeah, let me go out of here for a second. The last option again is the search here at the bottom right, where then you can search for movies or TVs or channels.
Christmas time is here. Get your bells on.
ABC. Look, if I type in ABC, look at these options. Latest news, CBS New York.
Hey, buddy, what you got on
Watch channel.
Continue this morning.
CBS News' Doug Williams is covering that and other developments for us. He joins us from Tel Aviv.
Yeah. So really, I think that's one of the simplest apps to navigate, literally live TV on demand and search. Those are the 3 options. You can scroll and navigate between those. And again, all 3, you can cast them to your TV if you want to by hitting the cast button, okay? But yes, again, with the list from the floor, there are many, many other streaming options. So make sure you utilize them or try them out and see if you like them, okay? So this is the time for, our interactive portion or questions. So, I can help you download the app if you want, or navigate it again, or show something, or go over anything that we talked about. But I'd love if you guys could answer one of these as well. What is one new fact that you learned today? What apps are you interested in trying out or have tried out? How can these apps improve your daily life? How would, having access to TVs and entertainment, would make your life a little better? How would it do that? And what streaming services do you already use and take advantage of and what you like about them? So thank you all for getting on to our advanced session. At 12 o'clock, we have Mr. Ronald Thompson covering sports as always. And at 1:30, we have module 1 with Zion. So make sure you guys check those out. Please, listen and watch the other questions. We have such a great time during our advanced session. So make sure you stay on, but I hope you enjoyed what was covered today. But yes, please raise your hand if you want to answer one of these questions and if you have a question yourself. First up is Anne. Go ahead and
Good morning,
unmute.
Alex. Thank you. This
Yes.
is very informative. I just wanted to make sure that I downloaded the right one. It's Tubi Movies Live TV, right?
Yeah, again, you can just look at the ratings too and see how many. There's probably, I think I said over 500,000 ratings for that one. So yes, it should be at the top right when you type it in.
And when I searched Tubi, as I was trying to follow you, I saw a lot of Tubi, so I went back and saw what you had on your screen. I'm really going to use this with my grands and great grands and my godchildren's children. They call me grandma and come to visit. So I thank you so much for this. It was really very interesting, and I'm going to try out Tubi today.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, and that you're thinking of them as well. And make sure you utilize that PBS Kids too. I mean, I grew up on it, so I'm a little biased.
Oh yeah, well,
PBS, but I love
PBS
that
is
one.
yeah, PBS is really one of my favorite things, and I actually can get that one on my TV.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
I don't know
If
how,
you ever
but
need to.
anyhow, I got a new TV, and I'm still trying to learn how to get off of one channel section.
Oh, well, I know you can do it, Anne.
But I think I have the wrong remote. I think that the TV was given to me, and I think somebody switched the remotes trying to be smart, Alex.
Oh, oh no. Hopefully it's not that.
You know how people hate for you to be doing good and
Oh no,
learning something.
no.
Yeah, you know.
You gonna figure it out, okay?
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna
Oh,
get
yes,
me
Anne.
I've gotten 2 new remotes, and I've figured out that I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want to do on those 2 TVs. I got 2 TVs, so I'm really blessed. So I got rid of that old TV I had in the living room. So thank you so much though for this, and have a blessed day, and see you later on today.
Oh, thanks, Anne. Thanks for participating. You have a good day, okay?
And I'm lowering my hand.
Yes, good job. Next up is Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
I'm good, Alex. I'm good, thank you. Alex, now you did this presentation before, so I have all of these apps on my iPad. What I'd like to do that I haven't tried is casting it onto my TV, like using Tubi and searching for something. I'm gonna try that. I have all the other stuff. And another question. I have a tablet, so I guess I'd have to go to the Google store to get the app for like the PBS Kids, because I let my grandkids play with the tablet. I don't let them mess with my iPad. So I'm thinking I could go to Google and get it, install it on my. Okay.
If it has it, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, because it's you know, the if it's you're saying it's an Android tablet basically.
Yes.
They, they have the Google Play Store, as you said, and most of the time if it's well, let me not say most of the time. It just depends, because it's 2 different app stores, literally, and 2 different different types of tech, right? So they probably have the app, but I would just literally search it and see if it's there. But yeah, so that's good, because I know you say you don't let them use the iPad, but they have that, and now you know about that app, or able to put it on there. That makes your life a little easier, right?
Much easier. But yeah, I think I will try it, casting it onto my TV to see how that works. I haven't tried that before, so. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I already have them on my iPad.
Oh yes, and what I would, for the TV, I would go to the Bluetooth setting. On your TV, go to the settings, and then the Bluetooth option, and just make sure that's on, so that way it can connect. I wish I had a TV to test it out myself, to do it, because it's been a while since I cast it, but I've done it before. But I would check that out and see how that works. If you may need that particular app on that TV too. So, but I would try doing the connecting through Bluetooth first, or having that option on, and then open it on the iPad and go to that cast button and see if it pops up. Okay.
Okay. I'll try that. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, Brenda. Thanks for your questions, and I hope you've enjoyed those apps.
Thank you.
Look forward to more.
Okay.
Next up is Mr. George. Go ahead and unmute. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing, Alex?
Good. Thanks for getting on today.
Yeah, I already have Tubi and Pluto, and I enjoy them quite a bit. And there's a movie on there I'd like to suggest for one movie day, called A North Star. It was a pretty good movie.
North Star? Oh, I think someone else suggested that as well. and thank you so much for it, Mr. George. With these apps, you know, as you can, I'm not sure if you're able to hear
Yeah,
any
I
of the
think
audio.
it's
Were
on
you?
Tubi.
Yeah. So again, I'm not sure when I was on Tubi just now. I'm not sure if you were able to hear the audio because with certain apps, like you cannot stream it through Zoom because of like permissions. Like Netflix, I cannot stream Netflix movie on Zoom because you won't be able to see anything because of the permissions and such, right?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I can definitely make that suggestion, and you know, we use actual physical DVDs to have our movie month. So
Yeah.
I can make that suggestion, and I can again test to myself if we can play it through that app. But you know, it is streaming, so you know, with the DVD, it's like you know, it's really clear. Like this month, the movie was very, very clear. So streaming it is, I think, it would be a little more difficult, but we'll keep on that suggestion, okay?
Yeah. I used to work putting in the cables in buildings for that leads to the server. You know, I have to pull the cable in new buildings, yeah, and take and had to put them in the server and test it. You know, had to number each core where it was from and everything.
Wow! Oh goodness, I wish I was there with you, Mr. George, just to watch that process go down, because that's not my forte. So you know a lot more about that than myself.
It's quite a job.
I know, right? So I'm you know, you were the man, right?
Yeah.
To do
Well,
it.
now my grandson, he's coding.
So,
deep in it.
oh, that's good. That's you know, I think you know, you were working more with the hardware, and I guess he's working more with the software, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's kind of how you know I would rather work with software myself because I would familiar more with that than the hardware. But you know, like you said back in the day, it was more hardware intensive. You know, with what was going on or what you were able to do. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. George. I'm glad you utilized them. I hope you enjoy Pluto and Tubi, and you know, for all those different options. You saw literally there's something out there in those apps for everybody, right?
Right.
But thanks for coming, Mr. George. Let us know if you need anything else. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to raise their hand, answer one of these questions, or if you want me to go over anything that we went over today. Again, I would utilize that link that I sent through the chat to see all the other options that may be available to you on your iPad, especially those free ones. But yes, this is your time to ask questions or answer one of these, and just to hear interesting stories like Mr. George just told us about his previous work. That's amazing to hear and have that experience. So again, any other questions? Or if you would like to answer one of these questions, I'd love to hear from you. Please raise your hand if you have a question. You can unmute yourself as well if you have a question, or if you just want to answer these. Again, what streaming services do you already use? What apps are you interested in trying out? How can these apps improve your daily life? And what is new fact that you learned? Hi, Miss Shirley, how's it going?
Yeah, all right. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Yes,
Good.
I just recently got rid of my cable service, and I'm on streaming now too, and I got a Tubi and a Pluto too also. But how do you get? I wanted to get Pluto on my iPad. Can I install? How do you install that on your iPad?
Yeah, Nisha, I'm not sure when you came into our session today, but you go to the App Store and you search for it. So for any app that you want to download, please utilize the App Store and search. When you search for it, you'll see if it's available. So all of these are they're downloaded. I showcased them up. So
Okay.
Just go to your app store and check them out. Someone just downloaded it, Pluto, or I think Tubi just now. So I know you can too. Okay, just go to the app store and search for it. All right.
Yes, because I already had Tubi on my iPad, but I didn't have Pluto. Okay. So I just want to add that too, and both of them are free.
That's fine. You can add as many apps as long as you have the storage for it. But if you can see by my screen, I have pages and pages of apps, different apps. So make sure you utilize much of it as you want. Okay.
Okay then. All right. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Shirley. It's nice to hear from you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Don't forget to lower your hands. Any other questions?
Yes, tapping around. Okay.
Good job. Thank you. Any other questions? Anyone would like to answer one of these or say your experience with streaming? I know Miss Shirley just talked about, getting rid of cable. And sometimes, that may have to happen. It's nice. There are definitely some benefits to it, but, it's nice to check or change or do things a little different. And you may like it. So any additional questions, comments about any services that you use, anyone that you're interested in trying out that you want me to go over? Again, I really recommend this PBS Kids video ad. Not, maybe not for yourselves. Well, I know for me, I still watch Arthur and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and stuff, just to feel a little grounded and, to have that nostalgia, right? But, for, others, just recommend them, for parents and to download it, to watch, this wholesome and learning experience. I learned a lot from, TV and entertainment back in the day. So it's really important that they have exposure to, the different concepts that, these shows go over. And, Tubi and Pluto TV, you can find documentaries, or as you saw, like, Dr. G. I loved Dr. G growing up. These medical shows, science, they got me into that. So it's really important that they are exposed to a lot. So that way, kids, but also us as adults, you're exposed to more, and we may find a new passion in life. So make sure you guys check it out, and you'll never know what you enjoy. Brenda, you had another question or a comment?
Well, I just had a comment. Since you like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, I enjoyed that program too. But the movie that Tom Hanks played, Mr. Rogers, that was a good movie. If you enjoyed Mr. Rogers, you'll see another side of him that we didn't see when we were watching the program. And Tom Hanks, I like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a great actor, and he really played that part. So that's a good movie I'd like to recommend.
Oh wow! I was not aware of that, yes. But I see it here right now. When I searched it on Google, it's called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. That's cool. Yes. So I'll also
you gotta check it out.
Add that.
Another thing, I know you like animated movies. I watched the movie on the Disney Channel called Soul.
Soul was a good movie.
Yeah, that was John Baptiste. He, it was his thing, and Jamie Foxx played the lead. That was a good animated movie. I don't watch a lot of those, but that was good. That's a good one too. So check it out.
I love the Disney movies. I mean, even the newer ones, like the one with the Inside Out. The Emotions movie. That one was really good. And but yeah, there's so many different options, and as you can see, different speeds. If you like animated, if you like documentaries, if you like full-on films,
right.
If you like comedy or animation or action or thriller or scary or horror, anything. You saw those different categories, so it's
right.
It just allows you to explore things in a fashion and a media that you like. Who doesn't like watching TV or being entertained, right?
Yeah.
So not all the time, but just to have it in your arsenal along.
Yeah. I don't do horror.
Me neither, Brenda. Oh my goodness, I'm a scaredy cat.
Me too. I dream about that stuff, so no.
Oh no. Well, yes, thank you for the suggestions. Those are interesting.
Sure.
Appreciate that. Any other questions or last comments, or anyone would like to answer any of these questions on the screen? We really appreciate it. Miss Sheila, thanks for raising your hand. Yep, good. You gotta go ahead and unmute. You gotta hit unmute in the middle, Miss Sheila. There you go.
I do have Tubi and Pluto. I've been had them, you know.
Yes, Michelle. I remember us talking about it some months ago.
Yeah, you know. So I like old TV shows, and I'll be trying to find old TV shows. I've been trying to find some movies. I don't know how early or how late they go back, because I'm looking for a particular movie called A Quiet Place, but I can't find it.
Oh goodness, I think that's a horror movie. No.
It is.
No, I would search it on Google, Miss Sheila. When you search a movie in Google or a TV show, most of the time, right below it tells you the streaming services that it's available on. So if it pops up as, you know, if you have Tubi or Pluto, if it's on there, it'll pop up, and you're actually able to open it from there. But try that out, okay?
Okay, but I'm hunting for that movie though.
Oh, I understand. I hope you find it. You know, it'd be like that sometimes for certain things. So I would see if that works.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Oh, no problem, Sheila. Thanks for your great question, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you for raising your hand, Mr. Ronald. Go ahead and hit unmute in the middle.
How you doing there, Alex?
Good, Mr. Ron. How are you?
I'm fine. I have a few of those apps already downloaded, and I like Pluto because
me
it
too.
has so many different things to go through: sports, old movies, old TV shows. So I think it's a very encouraging channel, and I enjoy it.
Oh yes, I love Pluto because it literally is live TV on demand and search. So you can either do the live portion on demand. There's thousands of options available. I mean, it's all for free.
Exactly.
It's literally a TV. Like your iPad is your TV. I think that's pretty cool. And literally, you could search for it. You know, it's just 1, 2, 3, bam, and whatever is showing. You know, it's once you just get into it, you'll automatically know the different things available.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you for sharing, Mr. Ronald, and for attending today. Hope you enjoyed and learned something new.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, don't forget on Friday, if you saw in our daily email, we'll be starting our preparation for our December event for the 19th. So make sure you guys check that out. And again, we have our attendance awards on that day as well. So anytime you attend 1:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, you'll have that additional class for that, you know, for the awards. So make sure you guys check out our 1:30 session, not just for that, but just, you know, for the information and the guests and you know, hopefully the fulfillment you guys get from joining our sessions and having new information and new points of views. So for that, but also, you know, to potentially win something just for learning some information. So, yes, thank you so much for getting on to today's advanced session. Make sure you check out again Fridays at 10 a.m. But we have our talk show at 10 o'clock for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as well.